It's building right now for y'all. Just use that power. Making money is great. That's fine. Money will come. But use it. Do something with it. Because that's what your professors are going to pour into you. That's what these halls are going to try and build into you. And that's what Howard Law is all about. And that's why I am who I am now. Thank y'all. Watching the videotape of the murder of Mr. Sterling brought me the same sickness that I had watching the videotape of my former client Walter Scott, of my former client Chase Sherman, of my former client Gregory Towns, and too many others to name. You can judge a man by his past, or in this case, we can judge him by what we saw on the videotape.
Taser. They taser him again. A man who is handcuffed, laying down, being crushed by a 200-pound man.
His parents watched deputies drag out Sherman's lifeless body.
The fight isn't over. That was round one. We've got 2 more rounds to go. The solicitor is trying this case again as soon as she can. There is no war on police, which is a new theme that we keep hearing. There's a war on keeping all of us separated. That us not trusting the Justice Department, us not trusting District Attorney, because we don't get results like today. Today is rare. The Garners, the Blands, the Rice family, they didn't get this type of justice that we got today. So it is a phenomenal job by all of the teams involved. It is a phenomenal job by this family for staying strong. It is a phenomenal job by this community for holding it together and knowing that we're going to get justice in the end. So it is a phenomenal day. And hopefully this will be the blueprint of future success for civil rights, because it's got to change. Alton had a criminal record. Those had nothing to do with the day of their death. So, you know, it's an issue, because the first effective thing that has to happen in these cases is that they have to make you all not care about them. Nah, this is where the comedy went down.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh my God. I'm just trying to remember what my dang number was. Yeah, that was my mailbox. How big is this incoming class?
There's 145 of them.
Oh, wow, okay.
About the standard size.
Hey, Chris Stewart. How are you?
Second year.
She's also co-chair of the orientation committee. She's going to take you up to the dean's conference room and make sure you're comfortable.
Yes, sir. With our 17th credit.
I was like, come on, just let me get through it. I'm attorney L.Chris Stewart, proud graduate of Howard University School of Law, class of 2005. First time I've been back in a while. Coming here to do the pinning ceremony, which is the initiation for first year law students and the kickoff of the law school year. Right now I'm senior partner at Stewart C. & Felton in Atlanta, Georgia. We handle a variety of civil litigation, wrongful death, catastrophic injury, really anything and everything. Most recently, for the past few years, I've been handling a lot of the leading civil rights cases in the country, including Walter Scott, who was killed in Charleston, South Carolina, Chase Sherman, who was killed in Georgia, Alton Sterling, who was killed in Baton Rouge, all from police misconduct, excessive force. So that's what has been eating up most of my time nationwide. Is fighting civil rights cases, which is really a big part of Howard University. You know, that's the history of it. That is what the institution is about, and probably what ended up getting me into that, because I had no plans of ever doing civil rights when I was in law school. But here we are.
I'm gonna take you off the phone. How are you doing?
Just harassing my staff.
How are you? I'm good. Yeah. Welcome back.
I know.
How are you doing?
I'm so happy that y'all moved it inside.
Yeah. Well,
now I won't be looking like I went swimming.
No, well, it's gonna downpour.
too. But also when it's over 90 or close to 90, it's just so unpleasant.
That's what I tell the students, and I'm reminded today, they gotta remember walking down these halls, the history that's just
It's ridiculous. It's so
in here.
crazy.
Man, what's going on, man?
Hey, superstar.
What's up, man?
You always good to see you.
What's going on, brother?
Welcome back.
Hey, man. That's what I'm doing my reminder walk around. Next, I gotta go find our class photo.
I'm running around.
Kaisha,
Chris Stewart.
Nice to meet you.
You too. You too.
awesome. You're our guest speaker, right?
Yeah.
Excited.
Trying to find my class. Oh, getting hot, and we found it.
Nice.
Wow. Where am I? Wow. Man, I had hair again. What happened to me in life? All my hair just disappeared. Yeah, that's it. I got wiser and my hair disappeared. Now these are memories. Every day here. Classroom 4. Classroom 4. I literally sat. Let's see. I would try and hide, but you can't hide too far back. You can't be too close. Pretty much here. Because now I'm mixed in. Yeah. Oh man, I'm glad they moved it in now, because that would have been. Whew. Now this is classroom 4.
Please join me in welcoming Christopher Stewart.
You know, the funny thing about bios, like whenever I hear my bio being read or something like that, I kind of like, oh geez, because it highlights all the good stuff. And so whenever I hear my bio, if I could do it without it would almost be better. Because it's the point of the speech is what's going to be your legacy. Because a bio could be a legacy. It could tell people what looks good, what's really going on, but it doesn't really tell the story. Behind all that stuff, behind any jury verdict, behind any interview on TV, I grew up in Southwest Atlanta with reading issues all the way up until the 5th grade, with a massive fear of speaking in public because I didn't know how to pronounce big words. Because using the word because was the devil to me. If I saw because coming up in a sentence, I would cause a fight or do something in the classroom so I didn't have to read. And that was the struggle for me early. But with great parents and an extra reading class and helping me out and not feeling sorry for myself, I let that obstacle become a hurdle. So each night while my friends would be playing video games, I'd lock myself in the bathroom, read out loud to myself, keep on practicing, keep on reading, and then I discovered the gift that all of us have. If you don't let something be an obstacle, it can actually be a boost. I learned that I was struggling because I was really good at reading. I was above average in reading. I just had to tap into it. And once I did, I became phenomenal. If it was a 3-book reading list, I'd read 8. I ended up finishing high school. I graduated with honors in English from college. How did that happen? I learned that speaking in public was actually my gift. The kid that never wanted to talk, now you can't get me from a TV interview or a microphone. That's why I'm timing myself so I don't keep y'all here for 45 minutes. And that kind of led me on in don't let anything stop you, period. Grades, I've already been warned, don't tell y'all my true grades that I got from this school. I had all A's. Yep. I was journal, all that, yeah. But just survive, man. I was a survivor. Survive, move on, survive, move on, survive, move on, survive, move on. And just don't let anything stop you. And then that led me to my career. I didn't know how to get an internship. And I really wanted to work for an attorney named Willie Gary, the lawyer that had all the jets and planes and Bentleys and all that. I was like, dang, my grades suck. But I really want to work for this guy. So I literally went out and I took glamour shots of myself. And I made a bio and I talked 3 people into writing recommendations for me. And I sent him a packet every day for 2 months. I don't think I'm joking. They thought I was a psycho. They thought I was stalking him or something. And then after a while, they were like, who is this dude from Howard Law that keeps on sending us something? And then I got a call and they were like, all right, send us your transcript. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna send you another bio. That's what I was saying. Y'all getting a bio, y'all not getting a transcript. So, you know, the bio got sent to him. And now I got the internship. And I did my internship with Willie Gary every year of law school. Every summer I go back down to Florida. And that was the first time I actually got to see an African-American lawyer owning their own law firm. I didn't see that in Southwest Atlanta. I didn't know a lawyer growing up. We didn't have lawyers in my family. My dad worked for Delta. My mom was retired. Like I come home, my mom's crying, trying to figure out how to pay the bills. But I'm working for a man that he's like, hey, we got lunch in New York. And I'm like, all right, let's go to Delta. And he's like, no, we're taking my jet. And so it was eye-opening. And then seeing him in trial, and I said, okay, I've been confused during law school. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what area I wanted to go into. I thought I wanted to do entertainment law, then I thought I wanted to do corporate. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I did mock trial, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this arguing in court litigation thing. Like, that works. That kind of, that's leading me down that way. And that internship just pushed me over the edge. So once you get lost and you're trying to figure it out, you've got time. Just keep trying different areas until you figure it out. And I knew once I got into litigation, I knew I wanted to do it. And with mock trial, when we finally took down Harvard, I just knew. I knew. And that fed me because, the one thing y'all gonna get is we call it the hustle pride. You're gonna start walking around like you're the king of the earth and you just won hell. And that translates because when we walked into that tournament, people were being funny with us saying, Harvard? And we were like, no, Howard. Oh, we don't know where that is. Okay. So day 2 came around. Oh, y'all are still here. Yeah. Then later on, wow, y'all are still here. And then teams were dropping off. And then when they came to read the winner, the person reading it said Harvard at first. And everybody was like, oh man, they won again. And then she said, no, I'm sorry, Howard. And we didn't cheer, we just looked around like, yeah, you know our name now. Like you know it now. And why that matters and why that translates even to y'all is it was impossible. that we could go to a law school tournament and defeat people like that. We didn't look anything like that. We didn't think we talked proper enough. We didn't, but it doesn't matter. It's the passion that comes out of you and from you. And so then I started a small firm in Atlanta. He told me 4 things. I'm not paying you a lot. I'm gonna be hard on you. I'm not paying you a lot again, but I will teach you how to be a trial lawyer. And he was accurate in all of those. If I didn't write properly, everybody thinks it's just about the courtroom. You got to make it to the courtroom. You will get destroyed by some of these firms if you do not know how to write. If you think that arguing is going to get you the $1 million, you won't know how to protect yourself on appeal. You've got to be able to write. And you've got to be able to write well. You've got to be able to research not good as, better than everybody else. And that I didn't understand why he was so hard on me about that. If I had a period out of place, if it wasn't indented, if it was, I'm like, dude, it's not going to Supreme Court. But he taught me how to be a lawyer. And I struggled. I sacrificed money for knowledge. So in 4 years, I had tried cases already. I knew how to litigate. I was poor as hell, but I knew how to litigate. And so I knew how to handle myself in the courtroom. He made me try my first case. I had my bar license 2 weeks. And he sat next to me and laughed when I was messing up. But that was my mentor, Keenan Nix, and he did a phenomenal job. And we got bought by a large firm, and I entered the corporate world. Working for Morgan & Morgan, the largest plaintiffs firm in the country. And once again, they stuck me in a little cubby hole, gave me a couple cases, and were like, yeah, we don't take young lawyers. But you were part of the package deal. But the owner believed in me, John Morgan, and my mentor was there, and they said, all right, how far you advance and how fast is up to you. And I could have quit. I could have thrown in the towel. I could have said, you know, it's not a lot of black people here. But they told me, it's up to me. So I destroyed those cases, settled those, tried them, kept moving. I kept looking at this corner office, and I told myself, I will have that office. I know there's a lawyer in there right now, but they're gonna have to go. I'm gonna have that office every day. At night, I'd stay there walking around. I'm going to have that office. And in 2 years, I believe, a little under, I made partner, the youngest partner ever in the history of Morgan & Morgan, especially black, in 2 years. And I took that office. No, literally, I took that office. Like I would have got that office. But once again, you decide how fast and how high you move up. Like the one thing I don't do with my associates is complain. Like I don't do it like, dude, you decide what happens. If you lose, I got your back. I'm gonna support you, but try. Because you're not gonna win every case. Just try. Get out there and fight. Nobody limits you, period. Like in law school, nobody's gonna limit you. You go out there and get it. Oh, I can't find an internship. You ain't worked hard enough. You know my 2 interns I have right now, they stalked me. Don't y'all do that. They did not give up. I mean, did not give up to the point where I'm like, yo, like, easy, bruh. But that's my interns because they fought for it. And I tell you, if you want something, you can go get it. Volunteer for free. There are so many DC alum here that have firms or have something that they may not be able to pay you, but you can work there for free. I take on free interns all the time in Atlanta. Keyword free, so when I get emails from y'all, remember free. And lastly, you know, the biggest thing, man, is don't be fooled by when the spotlight comes. I was not ready. No matter what people think, no matter how it looks on TV, I was not ready for this civil rights overflow. I did not want to do that. I tell people all the time, I was not, when I was at Howard, I wasn't like the civil rights guy. I was the, hey, what kind of Bentley I'm gonna buy when I make that $100 million case guy. Or I was just like, dude, I just wanna be in court. Like, I understand that's going on, but that's not my thing. And then I got a mother that came to my office and her son had been handcuffed and tasered to death. And I was like, man, I don't want to get involved in this. The cops ain't gonna like me, people gonna be after me. Like, I don't know if I want to get involved. I'll just check it out. I'll take a look. It's in one of my old neighborhoods, I'll take a look. There's no way a cop would have done that to somebody. I got friends who are cops. So I started digging and I started finding out they did do it. And I found a neighbor who did not trust the white investigators, but trusted me for the pictures. He had actually taken pictures on his cell phone of them torturing him. And he never would have given him up if the way we know how to talk to people. I'd go chill with him on his front porch, just talking to him. Because I knew he had something. He was too nervous, like I knew he had something. And then one day he gave it to us. And that turned the whole thing. That mom finally got justice because they arrested those cops. They're in prison now. And his son is taken care of. But I didn't look for it. And then what happens when you put yourself out there, because there aren't enough of us fighting civil rights? You get flooded. Because everybody's just thinking, you know, firm this, money this, I don't want to get involved. You get flooded. There's only like 4 of us that are really taking a lot of the civil rights cases because it's just happening too much. And nobody wants to get their hands dirty. Nobody wants to offend anybody like lawyers. Everybody's just thinking self. So when I heard about the thing with Walter Scott, I said, I'll take a look. I'll take a look again. And then we found the guy with the video. I had to watch that thing probably 20 times. Like, this isn't real. And we fear for our life. Like, dude, I have a video of something that's about to go crazy. And when we released it to the media, it went bananas. And I'm getting death threats. It's just crazy. I flew security up there. And I'm like, the first time I got my first death threat, I reread it like 10 times. Like, is this real? First of all, they must not know I'm from the SWATs and I pack a gun. So, like, but is this real? Like, this person really said they're gonna do X, Y, and Z to me. It's like, okay. And it was real. It was very real, because then my office got something. And I realized at that point, oh no, now it's on. Like, you don't challenge me. Now it's on. Now I'm gonna really fight these for real. Like, it must matter if you're willing to try and stop one of the lawyers from getting justice for a family. So it really does matter like that. It's that serious. And when you have to walk outside and there's cameras everywhere and you know the words that you utter will decide how this case goes. You could get up there and act a fool and you will cause a riot. And I tell people all this time, as the attorney, you are the voice. You have to handle this situation. The lawyer, because it's delicate. How you carry yourself, what you say, can destroy a city. And people underestimate that. So I'm careful with my words. It's not that I'm being laid back. It's not that I'm trying to say. I am careful because I know the power of those words. You can get results by working to get it and not expecting it. Because it's bigger than you at that point when it goes national. It's bigger than what you can become famous, how many followers you could add. I don't care about that. All my stuff private anyway. I'm not trying to, you don't need to become famous from a case. Become famous from the result you get. Because it's not easy. And the same thing with Baton Rouge. And at that point, y'all, I was tired. Like, it takes a lot out of you to fight these, because it's not just a fight in the courtroom or behind the scenes. I have to travel with armed guards now. I worry about my family at home. I have to leave security at my house. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's not easy, because you have to take care of the family. You have to take care of the case. And you have to think of all of y'all in the community. But we need more people out there fighting. Fighting because if I had hair, see, that would be sucking up all of the sweat. And the funny thing is, I just saw random thing. I just saw a picture of myself. I had hair when I was in law school. See, Dean still got his. We went to law school together. Like, I don't know how he maintained. Mine fell off as soon as I walked out of this building. But y'all just, you know, as I said, the privilege that y'all have to attend this school is what will make y'all reach a certain point. I used to love walking around this school in the middle of the night. Because it's something just other than coming in here to pray for a grade, which y'all will be living in here. Y'all will be living in this chapel. Like, oh, please. Walking down these halls, you will feel some type of spirit and some type of power that just adds something to you. And if you don't, you're not opening up yet. Because there's something about being a Howard Law lawyer that out there, and I'm telling y'all, everybody's always worried about what law school. People recognize Howard, no matter where we go. And there's a swag, there's a power that you get from these halls. And it's, you know, it's building right now for y'all. Just use that power. Making money's great, that's fine, money will come. But use it, do something with it. Because that's what your professors are gonna pour into you. That's what these halls are gonna try and build into you. And that's what Howard Law is all about, and that's why I am who I am now. Thank y'all.